when the house burns down, the sister's like, I saved the child. We can raise the child together. And then he's like, nope, you keep the child. I'm going to go do heroin. And the best thing about that scene is his kid. It's his kid and it's not her kid. And he tells her to just keep it. And then he leaves. Hello and welcome back to Let Mom and Dad Talk, Gobby, your one-stop shop for all things Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I'm Zane.
I'm Casey.
In regards to last episode, really just regarding the fact that was a while ago. We've been powering through finals weeks in college here and didn't think that it would really impact, and wow, has it taken over everything. College.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like my last finals, hopefully ever. I don't intend to go for my master's, but
nice.
I think this one might have been like the worst one.
Yeah, it was a weird hassle because this was the first time that I felt like I really had to put my all into like a full writing packet, and different essays and whatnot. And like I mentioned to you, even after studying for all of these day in, day out, losing sleep, there were still finals that I had to take that I didn't know existed until I showed up to class that day, which was horrifying, but amazing. I'm just glad I passed classes.
It's basically, that seems like just the nightmare scenario. You know, you go to sleep, have a dream, and in the dream you think you're still awake and you like have a test that you didn't study for.
Yeah.
But in real life you actually had a final that you did not study for, and that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Speaking of the nightmare scenario, do you remember that Will Smith pigeon movie we talked about a long time ago?
Yeah.
It's so it's called Spies in Disguise, and I never got it that the reason it's called Spies in Disguise is because it could also be spies in the skies.
So it's oh boy. So it's like a really clever title.
Yes.
And you were just initially being kind of a jackass.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm apologizing directly to Will Smith as a bird.
Okay,
My
good.
bad. I wanted to clear the air, but not what I meant. I don't want to like knock you out of the air or anything, Will. I just meant I wanted to get better footing on this. Not that you can't stand well as a bird. I just wanted to you know what? I just wanted fuck, you've cornered me, Will Smith, you dirty dog.
Did you know that a Will Smith pigeon always lands on its feet?
A Will Smith pigeon always lands on its feet. You know what else
Did you
they
know
say?
that?
You know what else
What do they say?
A watched pot never boils.
Wow. That would have been a compelling analogy if it was Will Smith in the live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast, rather than as the big blue hulking genie in Aladdin.
Which someone in my late-night comedy class referred to as a non-orgasmic amalgamation of all of the characters from Avatar. Stuffed into a condom.
So they specifically said non-orgasmic,
Yes.
and I think that's the one thing I have an issue with in terms of their description.
Okay. Well, the thing is, how are you taking it? Are you saying that the characters from Avatar are non-orgasmic, or the thing they've created are non-orgasmic?
The thing they created is very orgasmic.
Yes.
Yes, I am. That is with an asterisk after. That is for emphasis.
Oh.
Very. Did you not watch the gosh darn trailer for Aladdin?
Well, the thing is, when you watch a trailer for anything that Will Smith is in, the second he pops up, you just start daydreaming about him, you know?
That's damn true. Damn true.
You forget all about the trailer, and you're just more in the moment.
Yeah, because more often than not, Will Smith is the center of the trailer, and that was very much the case in Aladdin. I do not know of any news stories or like entertainment outlets that were covering Aladdin's trailer for Aladdin, you know, the character.
Yeah.
Rather than them covering it because Will Smith plays a humongous monster beast in Aladdin's film.
You know what we really have to talk about, and this is a good point that you're bringing up with the monster beast that is Will Smith, whether on or off screen, is now, have you been following Sonic news? Be honest.
Yes.
Be true.
I very much have. So actually, the morning that trailer came out, I was on the T going into Boston.
Good.
And
Gotta go fast.
I didn't want to watch it necessarily because I was like on the T. I didn't want to put that music out there into the world. Music that I would later find out would be "Gangsta's Paradise" by Coolio.
Oh yeah.
Can you think of a more fitting song for a Sonic trailer? "Gangsta's Paradise."
If you didn't
Dear
tell me what
Lord.
the trailer was, I would have said, "Oh, Deadpool 3." I like.
Nope. Sonic, motherfucker.
Oh, Ben Schwartz and Jim Carrey in a child comedy. Well, this is wonderful.
To go even further off in a tangent right now, why is Ben Schwartz voicing him when the voice actor of Sonic is still alive and well?
See, the thing is,
and still voicing Sonic in games.
See, the thing is, I love Ben Schwartz. Everything he does is wonderful. So I was excited. I was excited about seeing him play Sonic. I really hope his voice can help save something here.
You know what I wish? I wish
what?
that Ben Schwartz actually played Sonic, not in just his voice or motion capture, which I swear to God they did not do motion capture for that film. But it's just him in a morph suit, a blue morph suit. And he just like has like the big head with the spikes and shit, and his face is just like painted blue.
See,
that would be endlessly more entertaining than the goddamn monster in the movie right now.
There are two other things. A, your thoughts on Eggman?
Eggman! Oh my god, I can't wait. Whoever was like, hey, Jim Carrey, you know what you did in Batman Forever? Yeah, just do that again, but even fucking worse. I'm
good. Dude, I'm genuinely thrilled about Jim Carrey as Eggman. No jokes, I am genuinely thrilled about Jim Carrey as Eggman. There is a lot of talk about, like, it should have been Danny DeVito, which I get. I get it.
100%.
Can I give you an egg in this trying time? I totally get it.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's fitting on multiple levels. I didn't even think of that.
It's perfect. See, it was, like, odd at first to see him looking like Dr. Robotnik, all, like, clean-cut, short hair.
Yeah, fucking tall,
like,
skinny
whatever.
Man with a full head of hair.
I was like, this is making me think, like, the Smurfs live-action movie right now when they're doing this. But then they showed, like, a little teaser of him looking actually like Eggman, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'll stay hopeful for you, Jim Carrey.
100% in. So the morning that I was on the T, this is so back 4 minutes ago when we started talking about this, but I took us off on a goddamn quest. So sorry, that was my fault.
That's okay.
When I was on the T, I didn't watch it, but I did send the link to my friend, who was fucking ecstatic. He watched it and he was going off. I actually wish that we could have him on right now to talk about this because he was so excited. He is the same dude who I saw a double feature at a drive-in movie theater with, and the double feature was Minions and Fantastic Four back in 2015.
Wow.
And he was fucking loving it. He was sitting out in front of the car in a little plastic chair with me and screaming at the fucking giant screen when Fantastic Four was on, because the movie is just such a clusterfuck of brilliance.
That's like a Lollapalooza right there. What a lineup.
Exactly. So like him seeing the Sonic trailer made me so giddy that I didn't even need to see the trailer. Just hearing him talk about it was just enough for me. But then when I did see the trailer, oh boy, was that enough for me.
I have been if there's one thing that's run through my childhood and is stuck around to this day, it's Sonic. Like, that was the one thing I was obsessed with.
That sucks. Can I just say that sucks for you, and I'm sorry? Sonic kind of sucks.
Like, hey, Sonic Adventure 2 is one of my favorite games. Sonic Hero was fun. I liked the cartoon. I love the music. Sonic is the reason I know that Ska exists.
Oh my goodness, what a life.
But
that's another reason why Sonic sucks. Oh my god.
Oh god. But did you hear, because if you didn't, I'm curious to see your reaction, that the studio has heard everybody's backlash.
Yep.
And is going to reanimate Sonic for the movie.
That shit is fucking wild to me. It is so wild to me because the first reaction that I saw to that was on, I think, Facebook or something, and it was this dude, obviously like this white dude in his 30s who's just like prowling Facebook looking for Sonic news, and his only comment was, "Well, there goes artistic integrity," and I was like, "What the fuck? That's your issue right now? What?" Oh. Because he's pissy. He's pissy that the director's vision is not going to be what is seen in the theatrical version, just because people got all pissy about the fucking monstrosity that was in the trailer.
The director's vision was going in blind, having never heard of what even a hedgehog was.
Do you know the director's filmography? Because I do.
Oh, please inform.
He has only directed one short.
Oh.
One pseudo animated short. I think it has an animated character similar to Sonic. But it's like a 3-minute fucking movie.
Wow. I had no idea.
So yes, Paramount was like, you know what? Here's the keys. Just fucking go crazy. Just drive it wherever you want, and then, you know, if people like it, they'll see it. But otherwise, you know, they're gonna see Detective Pikachu, obviously.
Right. My God. So it's if the fans online have made a recreation of what he totally should look like, and the things that the fans have made has looked exactly right. So if the studio does what the fans did, wonderful. It looks exactly right. It's still live action. Whatever. Terrific. The question does still stand why they made this movie in the first place.
that is, you know what? Fucking Jurassic Park. It's like the whole conundrum of you can do it, but should you? No, don't fucking do that.
Because they could have just made it an animated movie, fine. Great, it's just another movie. But for this very specific situation, it feels like they heard someone talk about Detective Pikachu's existence, and they said, all right, I'm going to also throw in like a more real-life version of Sonic into a world, and then like just incorporate everything so that it's like, oh, there's all these people, but then what is this Sonic? He looks like this. You know what I've been terrified of this whole time is because we haven't seen them. What like Tails and Knuckles and Shadow will look like.
I swear to God, they're not in the movie. I bet they're at an end credit scene.
I swear to God, if they are not in the movie, then there was no point to this movie.
Well, first of all, there is no point to the movie.
That's understood.
The one Sonic movie that I would love is pretty much the storyline of Sonic Adventure 2. The one where like Shadow is created specifically to be better than Sonic, and then there's also the storyline between Tails and Eggman, and then Knuckles and Rouge. Stop me if you don't know any of these names. And
I would have stopped you 5 minutes ago, but go on.
And then you follow all the hero storyline and the villain storyline until they collide, and then everybody has to work together to stop like this experimental monster gone wrong that like starts to like grow and is gonna not take over the planet, but like literally just like in space could devour the galaxy. And then
yeah, fuck the planet. He's got bigger ideas now. He's gonna take over the fucking galaxy.
Yeah, and then Sonic and Shadow, you know, work together. Super Sonic and Super Shadow, and it's tight and it's awesome, and I love it.
Can I just say that the names Super Sonic and Super Shadow are tremendously original and really creative. So well done, creators of Sonic. You've fucking done it.
When was Sonic created? I will tell you in a second. I accidentally typed in Sojic.
I want to say, I'm going to guess 1993.
If you'd stopped at 19, I'm sure you would have been close. His first appearance, Sonic the Hedgehog's first appearance, was in Rad Mobile in 1991.
Damn it!
Rad Mobile was a racing arcade game published by Sega. He was in January 1991 to the Sega Saturn in December under 1994 under the name Gale Racer. Rad Mobile was the Sega's first 32-bit game. So, I think did he look like a hedgehog then, or was he just now this is a real question. Was he just like a sports car race driver that I don't know if I said that right at all. Sports car race driver.
I
Something
love
about
it.
that
I
sounds
don't mind
so
that.
wrong.
That's actually great.
But I like that. That like something went wrong and he like melded with his car and I guess also became a blue hedgehog.
That's why he looks so fucking broken. He looks like if you put an animal in the fly machine where you transport something from one place to the other, but then like a freshly taken shit was also taken on the floor of that machine. So when they morphed together, Sonic is what came out of it.
Wait, what? Wait,
I don't like Sonic. Can you tell?
Yeah, I can tell, and I'm okay with it. My childhood's okay with it. So
Okay, good.
So the thing is, Sonic in that game wasn't like as far as I can tell, he wasn't like a character. He was like a keychain in the car.
So are you trying to say that Sonic at any other iteration was a character?
Hey.
Bazinga! Ha, got him.
He's a wonderful man. What do you not like about Sonic?
Oh, I just like being an asshole. I don't know.
Oh,
actually,
cool.
one of my favorite racing, literally one of my favorite racing games is actually a Sonic game. Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed.
Oh yeah.
I will go to my grave, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Saying that Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed is better than Mario Kart.
There is a market, and they agree with you, and they want to buy your brand because they believe in you because of what you just said.
Wow, that was almost verbatim my marketing classes in college. Good for you. God damn.
I learned everything I needed to learn back in boating school. There is a positive and a negative to everything that happens in life. Everybody that saw this Sonic trailer freaked out, and there's an internal love when people freak out because they're like, "Oh shit, it's getting memeified." Whether or not you love it or you hate it, it's getting memeified. Now that they're changing everything, people aren't just like, "Oh, thank God, it's getting changed." People are like, "Oh no, what about the memes? Is it gonna lose meme potential?"
I think this is actually gonna hurt its box office in the long run. I think that it generated so much attention, and so much attention from people like me who would have paid actual American currency to see the movie in theaters just to fucking mock it because I'm a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, yes. I think that if they try to change the character's design to be less bizarre and, like, I don't fucking know, outlandish, I don't think many people are going to see it anymore. And, like, what was the market in the first place for a Sonic game from a company, Sega, who is no longer making games, right? Like, what the fuck? When I saw Sega's logo flash on, like, the third frame of the trailer, I was like, what? That's a ploy? Like, how is that going to get people's attention if it's a brand that probably 90% of the people watching it, the 6-year-olds, don't know what the fuck it is? It's just very bizarre.
I don't know what they thought when they did that. I think they just... I really don't know. I really don't.
I mean, logistically, that's a rhetorical question, because god damn it, we don't know what the hell's going on with them. But if they were going to dole out enough money to get James goddamn Marsden in there, it's gotta be enough, right? Like, that guy's the most handsome man in the world right now. He refuses to age. He is perfect.
I literally just watched Anchorman 2.
He's so good!
He looks exactly the same.
He's outstanding.
Yeah.
He refuses to age, first of all. So that's fucking gnarly.
Right.
He's, like, the most handsome man in the world. And I'm very comfortable with my sexuality.
Yeah.
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Thirdly, he seems like a friggin' cool dude in real life.
Truly.
Yeah. Like, I think I've seen... I actually, he's in a new Netflix series, Dead to Me, with Christina Applegate. And I watched an Entertainment Weekly interview with him earlier today. And he's, like, so friggin' down to earth and, like, cool.
Oh, good. Cool.
We're saying it here. Episode 9, Raimi time. Casey is in love with James Marsden. Mm-hmm. I'm not certain I'm saying his name correctly, unfortunately.
I do think it's Marsden.
Okay, sure. So I love him. I love him enough, but I don't adore him. I guess that's fine.
Hey, Do you remember back in the good old days when instead of James Marsden, it was almost Chris Pratt?
Oh my god! And then he turned into a religious goddamn nut.
Mm-hmm.
That guy sucks.
Do you know how weird it is to say religious goddamn anything? Like, that sentence alone?
That's very blasphemous.
Very weird.
Very blasphemous. I went to a Catholic high school, so... Ugh.
I went to a public high school.
God damn, good for you. That's, like, much better. Hey!
Yeah. What?
So... Fuck you, Chris Pratt, first of all, but also, happy birthday, Spider-Man! Like,
happy belated birthday, boy! Oh, man.
May 3rd is forever the day that Spider-Man 2002 came out in American cinemas. I think it came out in June in other markets. I think Australia. But fuck them. America's king, bitch. Turned 17 the other day. And it's a pretty fucking big deal, dude. It's been out for almost 20 years. That's insane to me.
Wow. That's crazy. Spider-Man is one of those living legends that makes perfect sense. I think, well, one of the powers that Spider-Man got from the spider was, as you've come to know through your days of trying to get rid of spiders in your house, is their immortality. And that is that he cannot age or die. A lot of people think, like, why isn't there some kind of movie like Logan for Spider-Man? Well, that's because they can't get him to be old, because that theoretical possibility will never exist, because Tobey Maguire and Peter Parker, because they both really have the spider powers.
Same person.
Yeah. Will never be that age. Have you seen, like, Tobey Maguire legitimately just still looks like he's in his mid-20s right now.
He's a friggin' good-looking dude.
Isn't he like 40-something? And he looks like he could have graduated like 3 years ago.
He's around there. What sucks about us having taken 2 weeks off for our finals work is that we didn't actually get a chance to talk about the spoils of Babylon.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm just now realizing that. But Zane and I watched the Tobey Maguire Funny or Die series from IFC, The Spoils of Babylon. It's 6 30-minute episodes. Yeah, and it's like a spoof on... Christ, it's a spoof on a fucking lot of things, like on period pieces.
He's randomly adopted by this man who finds oil on a field, but then so he starts an oil company, but then like he wants to change the world with like a steam powered carburetor. Tobey Maguire falls in love with his sister, but it's not really his sister. But then he goes to war, but then he escapes war, but then he starts doing heroin.
The scene where he escapes war is up there with like some of my favorite things ever.
Let's set the scene for them. All right, Toby is sitting behind a bamboo jail cell door, and he's handcuffed behind his back.
I forgot that he was handcuffed.
What he does is he stops being handcuffed, showing us that he is no longer handcuffed by holding up the handcuffs. Then he proceeds to just kick through the bamboo and then grab a machine gun from the guards outside. And they do this very tastefully. Instead of Rambo style gunning down the guards, he imagines his sister and like how much he loves her, and like very loving music plays while he guns down the guards. He puts like 50 bullets in 2 people.
Did he reload his clip?
I don't think he needed to.
I feel like that would have been a funny little thing.
They coulda, they shoulda.
Man, it's so good. And then what happens after? He breaks out of prison.
Oh yeah.
Seamlessly.
Yes.
He goes back home where it is found out that he has a wife.
He has a wife, and I'm going to make the correction right now because I think it was like episode 2 or maybe 3 that I mentioned Spoils of Babylon, and I got the name super duper wrong. He has a wife. The wife is a mannequin.
Right. That's important to know.
The mannequin is voiced by what's her name from Great Gatsby?
Carey Mulligan.
Carey Mulligan, not Charlize Theron. Carey Mulligan.
Wait, hold on. I actually have to double check this.
You're right. It's Carey Mulligan. We're gonna in 5 more episodes apologize for that too. Yes, he's married to Carey Mulligan. The sister gets jealous. So what else would a loving sister do but burn your wife.
Not only that, it's basically them burning. Don't they burn the house down?
The whole house down. And then he's holding her head and just there's so much about this scene that I love because like he's living with the family. He ends up having a kid with the mannequin wife. The kid is also a mannequin, as you might guess.
Yeah, fascinating.
When the house burns down, the sister's like, I saved the child. We can raise the child together. And then he's like, nope, you keep the child. I'm going to go do heroin. And the best thing about that scene is his kid. It's his kid and it's not her kid. And he tells her to just keep it. And then he leaves. And, and that wonderful baby grows up to be like some beautiful daughter of his that he ends up getting back at some point. They don't explain how he gets her back. Like, do you remember the daughter that he has on the beach?
Yeah.
At one point? Yeah, that's the baby mannequin. Because
oh, yeah. I always thought it was Haley Joel Osment,
No,
but now
'cause
I realize that's
when when Toby and his sister have sex in the hotel after kicking heroin. That's Haley Joel Osment. That's what Haley Joel Osment is an incest baby.
I mean, technically, bloodlines, they are not related at all.
That's fair. Is it like God incest bloodline? Step incest. I don't even know what to call it. What would they be?
God's not dead. We know that. That's for sure.
And God's not dead too.
Yeah, and also God's Not Dead 3, A Light in the Darkness.
Thank you, Melissa Joan Hart, for everything you've ever done.
Man, first of all, she's a witch, and then she's fucking proclaiming God's love.
Wait a minute. I need to talk about this for the rest of the episode because I've never thought about this.
Go off.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. We all know her. She's a teenage witch. Has witch parents, or stepmoms or whatever, has a talking cat, puts spells on people that almost get her, like, executed by, like, higher up witch people from a different realm.
The Witch Council.
Yes, the Witch Council, if you witch. And then all of a sudden she's doing movies that are all about God.
Yeah, dude. Being in Hollywood and being being without a job is a bitch and a half.
Oh, but like you can't just do like it. There's one thing to be like, hey, I can play the role of a villain and a hero, but like when you're a teenage witch, you can't just jump to. But also love God. Like
it's sort of the opposite trajectory of Mel Gibson because first of all he's like directing these huge like Christian epics, you know, The Passion of the Christ, and then the next day he's calling out his wife and referring to, people as the N-word. So, it's like, whatever you gotta do to make it in Hollywood. And, of course, Mel Gibson's absolutely doing well right now. He just directed, a film. He was just starred in a film, Dragged Across Concrete. So, he's doing fine despite him being a racist piece of shit.
Do you think that, imagine right now that in Spider-Man, there's a little bit of a crossover, but it's not intended to be a crossover. It just happens to exist.
Okay.
Mary Jane is a teenage witch.
Oh my god, that always happens. Scarlet Witch.
So, Toby's got spider powers, and she's like, that's fine, but, like, I'm a goddamn witch.
Yeah, as you would.
I'm not more attracted to you because you're half spider now. I still want to do it with football guys and astronauts, I think.
Okay. Oh, no, you're correct. Sorry.
And
you
also,
lost me for a moment.
And also, whatever James Franco does.
Yeah, just rich.
What does he do?
Well, he tried to fund Otto Octavius's science experiment.
They almost killed him.
But that didn't go very well.
Yeah.
So after that, he just kind of hated Spider-Man a bit more, and then he found out Peter was. But I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever.
So is all of his money his dad's money? Has he ever?
Hell yeah.
Has he done any work? Think. Really
no.
think. Did he ever say, "Hey, I'm a stockbroker" or anything like that? Hi, I'm Harry the stockbroker.
I can't think of any really nice fluid lines of dialogue in which he proclaims his profession, but
I love Mary Jane. Also, I know when the stocks are gonna go up.
By the way, insider trading is a real thing, and I can help you do it.
Peter, how could you do this? How could you kill my father? I thought we were best friends. You know what? Now I'm gonna lie to you about which stocks are going up or down because I'm a stockbroker.
Also, the Nasdaq isn't doing very well. Don't invest.
Peter, hey, you're my best bud, and I'm so sorry to hear about everything that's going down with Uncle Ben. I would give you more money, but I could do that through my job too. I could just try and be your stockbroker because I'm a stockbroker. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that in the film, so I'm mentioning that now.
I think that was in the director's cut of the first Spider-Man.
It was all the way back in the first one when they mentioned that he's a stockbroker.
When he was in high school.
What does Norman do? Like, what do you think he does within his company? What do you think his head, like, the biggest thing he's ever done in his company is? Because, like, all the scientists and whatnot built the formula that they have to go back to. They built the exoskeleton and the glider and everything. What do you think he built?
The company.
Okay. Like the building itself or like the people?
Bitch, he was going to town on that building. He did brick by brick. He did that shit by himself. Have you seen him? He's ripped. He's a handsome man. He's very muscular. He can do whatever he fucking wants. Also, I think he built the company from the ground up, which is why he was so furious that they were kicking him out of his position in the film. Yeah, I don't know. I think he was just basically the CEO of Oscorp.
So there used to be a time that before he was known as the Green Goblin.
Green Grobby, please.
Yes. Okay. That was after he was known as the Green Goblin. He became Green Grobby.
Jesus.
Before that, he was known as the Bricklayer, right? Because he built the whole company. So
yeah, this is going way back in you know.
This is the prequel.
Stan Lee and
Spider-Man 1.
What the fuck's the guy's name? Stan Kirby. What's Kirby's first name?
I have no idea.
You know what I'm talking about, the comic book writer.
I am thinking about the pink thing that sucks up every object.
Oh yes, Kirby. Nintendo's Kirby wrote Spider-Man.
Nintendo's Kirby.
You know what?
Brian. What?
I would actually fucking love a Kirby movie, in the style of Sonic.
I mean, Kirby with like human eyes and the Sonic nose and the fur
and some human teeth. Please do not forget the human teeth.
And the human teeth. And the human teeth.
Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry to keep going back to Sonic right now, but Sonic is the only thing on my fucking mind this week.
Yeah.
I'm graduating in a week, and Sonic is the only thing on my mind.
Good.
This is a curse.
It's a blessing.
It's actually a blessing. So the Sonic trailer has so much that we didn't even delve into.
This is true.
I really think that we have to go back into it. And I'm so sorry, Spider-Man. I'm so sorry that you turned 17. And I'm so sorry that you're the whole point that we have a podcast.
Hey, if Zac Efron's taught us anything, Spider-Man will turn 17 again.
Fuck yeah, dude. Sweet reference. I would high-five you right now if we were in the same room. Okay, so back to there it is. That was me.
I don't know how you got over here that fast. That was impressive.
I was a sprint. So Sonic, the trailer starts with Sonic stretching in the middle of the road.
Mm-hmm. To a wonderful song.
Yeah, to the start of Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. And then he runs as he does. He's got to go fast. But the thing that is made very present in the trailer is that he cuts out all the power on the the western coast.
Like
of
when
America.
they say, when he causes a sonic boom. Which is not even supposed to be a pun. That's like a thing in like...
It's an actual thing, yeah.
In like the show and everything and whatnot that happens. That he causes a blackout.
Can we just talk about how many people he killed by accidentally blacking out the western coast of the country? You know how many preemie babies needed some fucking oxygen?
He turned off iron lungs.
He turned off iron lungs. He turned off life support. He turned off all the shit.
Support. He is undisclosed, just the Joker from The Dark Knight.
Some fucking old man was walking down a flight of stairs and the lights just cut out and he fell to his death. Sonic is a mass murderer and the government goddamn knows that. That's why they got Robotnik. Robotnik is not the villain. He's the protagonist and Sonic is the villain.
Absolutely. Most definitely. And one of the most fascinating things that I get from this trailer is, if I'm not mistaken, like when he's running out in the middle of nowhere, and causes this sonic boom, right? Like, he's nowhere.
It looks like he's in the frigging desert. Like,
Yeah,
where
I
the
think,
hell is he?
like, I think he goes out into the desert, and then, like, the sonic boom happens or whatnot, but then they cut to the blackout stuff happening. And I'm thinking, did they really happen at the same time? I think he caused, like, a worldwide blackout when he did that. Because that means one of two things. Either, oh no, it only happens wherever he is, so he went city to city to cause blackouts, which means that it's intentional, he's a murderer, no question.
He's a fucking psychopath, yeah.
Or, every time he runs, there is a worldwide blackout, which means that this has happened hundreds of times, because that's all he does is run. Gotta go fast is one of his only notable trademark quotes. There's no way that he hasn't caused like a blackout a day.
He just keeps killing people.
There legitimately could have, maybe like the 1700s and earlier, the reason people didn't think electricity existed is because he just kept blacking out electricity every day until like he left. And then when people were, like, when it came back, they were like, what's this? And so they thought it was the first time it ever existed.
So Sonic is literally the reason for the Dark Ages.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fucking exciting. So later in the trailer, Sonic is shot in the leg by James Marsden, which is fascinating because later in the trailer we see Sonic doing a Quicksilver-esque sequence in which he jumps over missiles and like hits them and like stops them in fucking like paused time.
Yep.
He couldn't avoid a dart.
Yeah.
But he can do all that shit? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, see, the thing is, he can avoid that. And I'm glad you brought that up because he can avoid that. And since they're redoing Sonic, we have time to warn him, hey, Sonic, just avoid it because you do it later. Just do it.
Like, even if they didn't show the Quicksilver scene later in the trailer, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, no, that's the guy that did the sonic boom from running. Surely he can avoid a fucking dart.
Yeah.
But oh well, that's fine.
Like, I don't, even if Sonic wasn't paying attention, I think he still would have been able to get away from it before anything happened.
You know what? I'm on your side right now. Oddly enough, I'm on your side about Sonic. I agree.
Wow.
He should have known.
Yeah.
God damn it. They
Also-
really fucked our son Sonic. They really fucked him over good.
Also, if you want just like proof that he's a killer, it's not like they sugarcoated at any point in time. There was a part in that trailer where he jumps out of the car with James Marsden, turns into a ball, and ruins Jim Carrey's ride. And thinks, he's like, is that all you got? Like, he flips that guy's car. If Jim Carrey wasn't prepared and like a genius, it's just a car crash and the guy's dead. Like, I don't know if Sonic understands the logistics of how fragile the human life is.
He has no fucking idea, and I'm assuming that this is due to like him being in America is due to him being like thrown through a wormhole or something.
Which is another
I'm sure
thing
it's
that
gonna
I
be some
don't.
convoluted shit.
Another thing I don't get. I remember in the video games, there's a Sonic world. Sure, sometimes it's kind of like New York City, but it's pretty much Sonic's world. And then in the shows, it feels like it's in real life, but like everyone's cool with it. There didn't need to be like this ring teleporter thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know what their end game was. I don't understand what it was.
So, do you think that Sonic is included in the MCU?
That's what I was expecting you to say after what I just
good.
said.
Yeah, you didn't think.
I do think that Thanos was actually the one that caused the blackout. So I will let everyone know right now. I have not seen, nor will I spoil anything about Avengers Endgame. So no worries.
I have seen it, and I will spoil it.
Don't.
I'm just kidding. I will not. I will not.
In my late night comedy class, every single joke was about how many people online are like, "Don't you dare spoil this movie for me." But Infinity Wars, as everybody knows, the snap very well, very, very well now. I do believe that snap was what caused the blackout, and it just happened to be at the same time that Sonic was running, and I think that Sonic got teleported into this second half of a world that is now where he is, where James Marsden is, because James Marsden also got snapped there.
Yeah.
And that's the situation we're living in. Is we don't even realize we're watching like an extension of the fallout of the Thanos snap.
So you're basically saying that the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is just a fever dream?
I'm saying
feels like one.
That Spider-Man could swing in and assist Sonic at any point if he wanted.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Because
Tony Stark suit.
Yeah. Or his regular boy suit, because he's still a boy.
Yeah, he just wears like a flannel and a pair of khakis.
You know what's actually interesting that isn't discussed a lot is, thanks to Spider-Verse, like 10,000 Spider-Men could appear in any movie that they ever want to. They have a gateway to just show up in any realm that they want. So if there's a new like episode of Cake Boss on, all of a sudden like 5 Spider-Men show up and just start making cakes. They can.
If there's any other way to get me to watch Cake Boss, I think that's it.
It has to be that, and also if you get this reference, I'm going to be very, very happy. If Paul, if I'm not I don't want to mess up his name because I always mix up him and Paul Thomas Anderson, and it's not Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul W.S. Anderson?
No, is it just Paul Anderson? Paul Tompkins. Paul Tompkins.
Paul F. Tompkins?
Yes, if Paul F. Tompkins is Cake Boss, then I will watch it.
I'm lost. I'm assuming that he was on a podcast and he did the accent.
Kinda. Well, I mean, it was an episode of it was a TV show episode of what is also a podcast.
Comedy Bang Bang?
Yes, Cake Boss.
Very cool.
I need more time. Ask me tell me how soon you need a cake. 2 hours. I need 4 hours. I need more time than that. Okay, what if I give you 4 hours? I need 6 hours. I need more time than that. Oh, it's so good.
He's very good. He's very good. Do you think he would be good in any Spider-Man movies?
Yes. I weirdly would love to see him play J. Jonah Jameson. I think I could also love to see him be would you put him as a villain?
No, I mean I can see him. Okay, so Tim Heidecker is a hero of mine, of Tim and Eric.
Understandable, of course.
And he has been in some of the worst superhero movies in the past few years.
Yes.
And he is so calculated and he is so smart that I really think that he does this shit on purpose. He was in Fantastic Four in 2015. He was in that fucking movie as a father. I can't remember whose father he was, but he's in the movie for literally 30 seconds and then he's out. And then he was also in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So
wow,
he's in some of the worst superhero movies out there, and it's hilarious. Just because you know who he is outside of the film, and to know that he's in the movie, it's like he has on Cinema his series on Adult Swim. Mm-hmm. So he's so he's so smart and so funny, and he's so like, I don't know, he just gets it. So I think Paul F. Tompkins could do the exact same thing and just appear in some like shitty fucking like DC movie or something and get away with it.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I have fascinating news. I accidentally discovered something wonderful, and you might know it, but if you don't, you're gonna love this. So I was like, what role could Paul F. Tompkins play? I look up Spider-Man roles. Number 4, it says the cash register thief. Thank you.
Cash register thief. Okay. And what do they do, I wonder?
Well, the thing is, there's a person that plays cash register thief, and his first name is Michael, and then his last name is Papa John.
Michael Papa John?
His last name is Papa John, and there's which is amazing. And the other great part about this is he was in the first Spider-Man with Raimi, the third
What?
Spider-Man with Raimi, and the first Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. He was not the second Raimi Spider-Man.
So there's a. Oh, I think you've lost me. So
There's-
are you saying that Paul F. Tompkins was in it, or Papa John was in those movies?
Oh, Papa John. Papa John's in these movies.
So that's a fucking real human being?
Yes. No, I'm serious. Michael Papa John is a real person. Michael Papa John. It's not the name of just like the character Cash Register Steve. The human real life actor that plays Cash Register Thief is named Michael Papa John.
And he was featured in the first, the third, and then the remake and
Yes.
the reboot.
Yes, he was also in 4 other movies. All right.
How the fuck was he in the reboot? That's amazing.
He was so important that he made it to the second.
What the
second
hell?
running.
That's incredible.
Wait, the burglar appears in the 1967 Spider-Man series in the episode "The Origin of Spider-Man."
So, Papa John was in the origin of Spider-Man?
Papa John has been around since Spider-Man was born.
Oh my god.
This is amazing. The burglar also appeared in a flashback in the 1981 Spider-Man episode "Arsenic and Aunt May."
I'm gonna fucking scream.
Wait, the burglar reappeared in the sequel to the 1981 Spider-Man series, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Who asked for more of the burglar? 20 years later.
So he is wow. Okay, so this is who it is. He is the first criminal that Spider-Man ever faced. And killed Uncle Ben.
What?
Yes.
That guy?
Yes, that is Michael Papa John.
Wait, Michael, hold the fucking door. So
Yeah.
Michael Papa John is the guy who tried to steal Uncle Ben's car,
Yeah.
and then who was featured in a flashback sequence in the third film.
Yep.
Who
And
the
they
goddamn did he play
played
in
the
the
same guy in the next
in the reboot?
in the rendition. Yeah,
He plays the same character?
Yep. Yeah, he's still himself.
So he kills Martin Sheen?
Fun fact, apparently, he's also partners with Mysterio.
How? So he's gonna be in Far From Home.
There's
He's
so
gonna be in
much-
Far From Home.
He's gonna be in Far From Home. There is no
Holy
doubt.
shit.
There is no doubt.
This is big news. This is important, everybody.
Oh
God.
my god.
Michael Papa John is gonna be back in a third fucking Spider-Man franchise.
The burglar also, by the way, first appeared in a comic that's not even Spider-Man. It's called Amazing Adult Fantasy,
Oh yeah, my favorite kind of fantasy is adult.
which is an American comic book by Marvel. I don't know if this was like to create stuff like Spider-Man or whatnot, but in 1962, the burglar first appeared in Amazing Fantasy, issue 15. This might have been the first Spider-Man thing, and it made him directly responsible for the death of Uncle Ben, or Big Ben,
Holy god.
and the reason that Spider-Man turns to superheroics.
Fuck.
They literally
I feel so tired right now. This is so much.
Without Michael Papa John, Spider-Man would not be. How does that make you how does that make you feel? Also, he's BFFs with Mysterio. How does that make you feel?
I feel so tired. I feel so tired. Okay, so Far From Home. So the MCU Spider-Man, I don't think they haven't shown an on-screen Uncle Ben death yet. He easily could get Michael Papa John into Far From Home to show Uncle Ben dying.
God!
And I want that so badly.
Oh my god! Okay. Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
his name supposedly, the burglar's name, not the real guy's name, because the real guy is Michael Papa John. The
Oh, is it? Okay.
The burglar is apparently named Dennis Carradine.
Fuck.
And
He
his
sounds so cool.
His last name appears on a list of known cat burglars in Marvel's Ultimate Spider-Man series. He's not been formally connected to the burglar of that, but still. In the first, okay, yeah, wow. He also runs a gang called the Skulls, and he calls himself Spike.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. He calls himself Spike. Okay, that's good. That's a cool name.
He's also in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game.
I'm gonna fucking scream. So Michael Papa John. Oh, fuck.
Spider-Man encounters another man. In Spider-Man number 26 in 1992, Spider-Man encounters another man in burglar attire minus the pistol. And it's heavily implied that the burglar's maternal uncle was the original burglar.
Fuck. Okay,
So it's not even just him. His bloodline keeps Spider-Man alive.
Oh, God. Okay, so I think we have to end the episode.
Yeah.
Because I'm on IMDb right now, and Michael Papa John's fucking IMDb, and he does stunt work, apparently, because why the hell not, you know? He did stunts in Fantastic Four.
Oh, good.
I have to fucking go. I have to go fucking vomit. Okay, well, thanks for listening, everybody. This has been quite the episode. Real roller coaster, goddammit. I hope it was as good for you as it was for me. It wasn't very good for me. He also did stunts in The Master of Disguise. Okay. Gotta go. Bye.